Hello guys, boys and girls, and this is going to be a detailed guide on applying for Fallen SMP. So if you were referred to this by a staff member, or you just have some questions, it's going to be answered in a three-part, starting with application, interviews, and then after I will answer some standard questions. This is mostly for my staff members to send to people who have questions so they don't keep asking the same questions over and over. Alright, so let's start at the beginning of the whole process, applications. So you most likely found Fallen SMP through another person, or you found it through a video or a stream, but it's all going to be the same. So if you're at a video, which we'll do it because that's where most people find it, what you're going to want to do is definitely like the video, possibly hit the subscription, and then you're going to want to say show more, or just click the link right here. When you guys click on the link, you'll be greeted by the Fallen SMP application form. This Google form is what we use to accept or even deny members. Once you have read all the info, you'll want to head down and fill all this information. Make sure all the information is correct and that we can contact you easily if you get accepted. We will not try and track down any person who does not fill in the information correctly. Filling out the application is the biggest part of this process. When filling out the application, you want to make sure your answers are well thought out, they show your personality, they show your goals, and they show that you have a future here at Fallen SMP. If the application does not show that, we will most likely deny you. If you look at this example, this is a very good example of how an application should look. It hits on the goals of the person, why they want to join, and how they could be a good member and apply themselves to the community. Now that you've done all the hard work filling it out, you can hit the submit button. When you hit the submit button, you'll be greeted by this window. This window explains a lot of the information about waiting, how long to wait, and leaving a comment on the video. The reason you want to leave a comment on the video you found this is because it alerts us of your application. This will help us get to the application as quickly as possible. Otherwise, sit tight and good luck. The one and only way to know if your application was accepted is if you get a friend request from the interview account. The interview account is what we use to interview all members. This is for only that, so please do not contact it for any other information. Once you have accepted the request, the account will send you more info. Once you have accepted the Fallen SMP friend request, you will be greeted by a message from one of our staff members saying, "Hello, your application has been accepted. It is now time for your interview. Would you like to do this by call or text?" If you do it by either or, it does not affect your chances. Some people just like call better, and some are more nervous and don't want to do call. So we leave the option open to you. It does not affect your chances, once again. Once you have decided on a call or text interview, the account will provide you with more information. If it's a call interview, you will schedule a time that works best for you and the staff member on the Fallen SMP interview account to do a call. If you decided text, then you will be provided with a big text of this information. When answering these questions, please make sure you use this format. It makes it easier for the staff member to read so they can get done with your application quicker and give you your answer. But if you jumble it all up, it's also very hard for us to read. The only other thing is, please make sure, and like the application, please make sure you spend a lot of time on this, answering the questions to your best ability and providing as much info as possible. Once you have answered all the questions in a call or text interview, we will give you your answer up to 5 minutes of wait time. Your answer could be one of two things. It could either be that you were denied with a reason and telling you to reapply using the same form in 1 week, or we'll accept you and send you the Discord. Wow, that was a lot of info to cover, guys. If you have a question that is not answered in the video, please go down and ask it in the comments and I will answer it. All repeat questions will not be answered, so please check down below and make sure your question wasn't asked before. So let's go on to number 1. Why do you have to put effort into your application? Well, it's pretty simple. If you didn't put effort into the application and the interview, Why do I think you're going to put effort into the server? It's a pretty blunt answer, but I think it's pretty straightforward, and it explains why we have this application process. Number 2, how do I know if I got accepted for an interview? It's pretty simple. Wait up to 4 days. If you have not gotten a contact from the application account, assume that either 1, your info was bad, or 2, you were most likely denied. The info being bad is rare, but please make sure your info is correct in the application. After you've waited 4 days, wait 3 more and then reapply. So, number 3. I'm a previous member. Oh, good, you're a previous member. Welcome back to the server. I'm glad you are returning to the server. If you're a previous member, you still have to reapply. Just make sure you put that into your application, and you have about a 90% chance of getting accepted, as long as your application is pretty good and up to standard. Can my friend join Fallen SMP? Of course your friend can join Fallen SMP, but he still has to apply. Even being friends with someone does not give you a free pass. Everyone has to apply. How do I know I was denied? Good question. The answer you know that you were denied is we'll either tell you in the interview, or we have not contacted you with the Fallen SMP interview account in at least 4 days. Do I have to do call in an interview? No, you can choose the option to do text. So if you're really nervous and you don't like going over voice, or you don't have a mic, don't fret, it won't affect your chances. Just make sure your answers are good on text. Alright guys, that will conclude our whole video. If you have any questions that weren't asked, please go down to the comments. Make sure your question isn't a repeat question by reading the comments. Other than that, thank you guys for all the support. Please like the video, and good luck for applying to Fallen SMP.
Just know this song was meant for you.